The Berlin Wall. For 28 years, it sliced through the heart of Berlin. Erected in 1961, it became an enduring image of oppression. It cruelly separated families, friends, and a nation, east from west, communism from democracy. The concrete barrier, heavily guarded, stretched for miles. Watchtowers, barbed wire, and shoot-to-kill orders enforced its grim reality. Escape attempts were frequent, often met with tragedy. The wall's construction shocked the world. Overnight, families were torn apart. The barrier became a physical representation of the Iron Curtain. The world watched in disbelief as the wall went up. But behind the concrete, hope flickered. The Berlin Wall did more than just divide a city. It came to represent the global struggle between democracy and communism. The Cold War, a clash of ideologies, played out on a global stage. The United States and its allies promoted democracy and capitalism. The Soviet Union championed communism and a centrally planned economy. These competing systems created a climate of suspicion and mistrust. Despite the stark divisions, there were glimmers of hope. The 1980s brought new challenges to the Soviet Union and its grip on Eastern Europe. The Soviet economy, burdened by inefficiency and corruption, began to stagnate. The war in Afghanistan drained resources and morale. In the West, Ronald Reagan's presidency ushered in renewed anti-communist sentiment. Within the Eastern Bloc, cracks began to appear in communist control. Poland's Solidarity movement, led by Lech Walesa, challenged the authority of the communist government. Gorbachev's reforms, while intended to strengthen the Soviet Union, weakened its control over Eastern Europe. Gorbachev's reforms had a ripple effect across Eastern Europe. People began to demand greater freedoms and reforms. In Poland, the Solidarity movement gained momentum. East Germany found itself increasingly isolated. Hungary began dismantling the barbed wire fence along its border with Austria. Thousands fled through Hungary seeking refuge in the West. The situation in East Germany was becoming increasingly untenable. By the fall of 1989, the situation in East Germany had reached a critical point. Mass demonstrations swept across the country. On November 9, 1989, the Berlin Wall fell. Günter Schabowski announced that East German citizens could cross the border freely. The news spread like wildfire, electrifying a city divided for too long. Thousands flocked to the border crossings. The scenes that followed were a mix of jubilation, disbelief, and sheer joy. The night of November 9, 1989, unfolded with an air of surrealism. East Berliners began making their way towards the border crossings. Thousands converged on the wall, their faces a mixture of anticipation and hope. The border guards, caught off guard, faced a dilemma. At the Bornholmer Strasse crossing, the guards eventually relented, opening the barriers. Cheers erupted, tears flowed, and strangers embraced. The Berlin Wall was being breached by the sheer force of human will. The streets of Berlin that night became a sea of humanity. East Berliners marveled at the sights and sounds of the West. West Berliners welcomed their Eastern brethren with gifts and open arms. Families separated for decades were reunited. Friends, once divided by concrete and ideology, embraced. The dismantling of the wall began almost immediately. The city of Berlin was taking its first steps towards reunification. The fall of the Berlin Wall was met with jubilation around the world. Newspapers hailed it as a triumph of freedom. World leaders praised the courage of the East German people. Yet, amidst the celebrations, a sense of uncertainty lingered. What would become of East Germany? What role would a unified Germany play in the new Europe? For the people of Berlin, these questions seemed a world away. They were too busy savoring their newfound freedom. The world watched in awe as the Berlin Wall crumbled. The speed at which events unfolded left observers astonished. The fall of the wall was a human story, a testament to the enduring desire for freedom. From Washington to Moscow, people were glued to their television screens. The images of East and West Berliners embracing resonated with a universal yearning for a world without walls. The fall of the Berlin Wall had profound implications for the global political order. It signaled the imminent collapse of the Soviet Empire and the end of the Cold War. The fall of the Berlin Wall reverberated far beyond Berlin. It unleashed a wave of democratic aspirations across Central and Eastern Europe. In Prague, Warsaw, Budapest, and Bucharest, people took to the streets. They demanded an end to communist rule and free elections. The Velvet Revolution in Czechoslovakia saw the end of communist rule. In Romania, the dictatorship of Nicolae Ceausescu was overthrown. The Cold War was coming to an end, not with a bang, but with the joyous clamor of people demanding their freedom. The collapse of communism in Eastern Europe was a series of interconnected revolutions, each influenced by the events that preceded it. The fall of the Berlin Wall shattered the aura of invincibility around communist regimes. It showed that even entrenched dictatorships could be overcome by the will of the people. In Poland, the Solidarity movement led by Lech Walesa played a pivotal role in ending communist rule. Through peaceful resistance and negotiations, Solidarity exposed the weaknesses of the regime. In June 1989, Solidarity's victory in elections paved the way for a non-communist government. Hungary began dismantling its border fences, allowing East Germans to flee to the West. This act further undermined communist rule and emboldened those seeking change. The events inspired movements in Czechoslovakia, Bulgaria, and Romania. Communist regimes facing dissent and pressure found themselves increasingly isolated. The fall of the Berlin Wall had immediate and profound consequences for Germany. The country, divided for over 4 decades, was suddenly on the path to reunification. The speed at which events unfolded took many by surprise, presenting both challenges and opportunities. West German Chancellor Helmut Kohl seized the moment, outlining a 10-point plan for reunification just weeks after the wall fell. Kohl's plan, while ambitious, reflected the widespread desire among Germans on both sides of the former divide to heal the wounds of the past and forge a new future together. The reunification process was not without its complexities. East Germany's economy, burdened by inefficiency and outdated infrastructure, struggled to adapt to the free market. Social and cultural differences, simmering beneath the surface for decades, occasionally bubbled over. Yet despite these challenges, the German people, with determination and a shared sense of purpose, embraced the historic opportunity before them. On October 3, 1990, less than a year after the fall of the Berlin Wall, East and West Germany were formally reunited. The celebrations that marked this historic occasion were a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring power of hope. Germany, once a symbol of division and Cold War tensions, had emerged as a united and democratic nation, poised to play a leading role in the new Europe. The fall of the Berlin Wall marked the end of the Cold War and ushered in a new era in international relations. The Soviet Union dissolved in December 1991, leading to the emergence of 15 new states. The United States emerged as the world's sole superpower, facing new challenges and opportunities. The European Union expanded eastward, welcoming former communist states. NATO also expanded, extending its security umbrella to Central and Eastern Europe. The fall of the Berlin Wall opened a door to a future full of promise and uncertainty. It was a moment of great historical significance, a reminder of the enduring human spirit. The fall of the Berlin Wall stands as a testament to the enduring human spirit, a powerful reminder that even the most formidable barriers, both physical and ideological, can be overcome. The legacy of that momentous event continues to shape the world today, inspiring hope and reminding us of the fragility of freedom and the importance of defending it. The reunification of Germany, once considered an impossible dream, stands as a beacon of hope for a world often riven by division and conflict. It serves as a reminder that reconciliation is possible, that even the deepest wounds of the past can be healed through dialogue, understanding, and a shared commitment to a better future. The collapse of communism in Eastern Europe, triggered in no small part by the fall of the Berlin Wall, ushered in a new era of democracy and freedom for millions of people. It demonstrated the power of ideas, the yearning for liberty that resides in the human heart, and the courage of those who dared to challenge the status quo. The legacy of the Berlin Wall is not without its complexities. The transition from communism to democracy was not always smooth, and the scars of the past continue to linger. Yet the overall trajectory has been one of progress, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring power of hope. The fall of the Berlin Wall marked the end of the Cold War and ushered in a new era in international relations. The collapse of the Soviet Union had profound geopolitical consequences, leading to the emergence of 15 new states. The United States emerged as the world's sole superpower, facing new challenges and opportunities. The fall of the Berlin Wall also accelerated globalization, opening up new markets and opportunities for trade and investment. The legacy of the Berlin Wall continues to shape the world, reminding us of the importance of international cooperation and the power of human aspiration. The Berlin Wall may be gone, reduced to rubble and souvenirs, yet its shadow lingers, a reminder of the human capacity for division, the ease with which we erect barriers, physical walls of concrete and barbed wire, but also the invisible walls of prejudice, fear, and ideology. Walls that separate us from those we perceive as different. Walls that limit our understanding and empathy. The fall of the Berlin Wall teaches us that such barriers, however imposing, are not insurmountable. The human spirit, in its yearning for freedom and unity, possesses an enduring strength. The courage to challenge the status quo, the will to tear down walls brick by brick, stone by stone, to bridge divides and build a better future. Even today, walls continue to be built around the world, symbols of division and fear. They stand as stark reminders of the lessons we must never forget, the dangers of unchecked power, the seductive allure of simplistic solutions to complex problems, the importance of vigilance in safeguarding our freedoms. The Berlin Wall stands as a monument to a bygone era, a cautionary tale, a reminder of the fragility of peace and the constant need to defend the values of freedom, democracy, and human dignity. It is a testament to the power of hope, the belief that change is possible, that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can prevail. The fall of the Berlin Wall was not inevitable. It was not simply the product of geopolitical forces or historical inevitability. It was the result of countless acts of courage, both big and small, the quiet defiance of those who dared to dream of a different future, the unwavering belief in the possibility of a better world. The legacy of the Berlin Wall is a testament to the enduring power of hope, the hope that ignited in the hearts of those who refused to accept the permanence of division, the hope that fueled the peaceful revolutions that swept across Eastern Europe, the hope that continues to inspire those who fight for freedom and justice around the world. The fall of the Berlin Wall teaches us that walls, both physical and metaphorical, can be overcome. That change is possible even in the face of seemingly insurmountable obstacles. That the human spirit, with its innate yearning for freedom and unity, can triumph over adversity. As we reflect on the anniversary of that momentous event, let us remember the lessons of the Berlin Wall. Let us celebrate the courage of those who fought for freedom, and let us renew our commitment to building a world without walls, a world where all people are free to live in peace, dignity, and hope.